Wall Street is actively eyeing the FOMC outcome that is set to come out later tonight. But investors are majorly expecting rates to remain unchanged. However, will Trump's push for further rate cuts materialize? My colleague Ankur is here to tell us what to expect from this meet.
Yes, all eyes on the US Federal Reserve meeting outcome, as expectation is that there will be unchanged rates this time at 4.25% to 4.5%, and that has been continuing since December last year. Now, Fed is likely to revise the 2025 GDP and inflation projections, but it may remain cautious amid global uncertainties and rising tariffs. Even the inflation pressure is persisting in United States. Also, the clues on internal dissent will be there, because you remember last time a member did dissent about cutting the rates in the last policy itself. So it will be interesting to see the dot plot how they are projecting rate cuts later this year, whether it is 1 or 2. That will be interesting to watch out for. Now, what happened in the policy? In the last policy, the rates were kept unchanged, and the real GDP growth and unemployment rate was tinkered last time. And in fact, if you talk about last few meetings, at least 4 times after December 18, there has not been any change in the rates, but there has been divided opinion if you talk about how many cuts should be there later this year. US President Donald Trump has been quite vocal about US Federal Reserve needed to cut rates, but all eyes will be on Powell, whether or not he bows on that pressure. But interesting to see the dot plot which will be presented in the press conference.
Right, thanks for that, Ankur. Of course, the outcome of the FOMC meet will largely determine how shares are traded on Wall Street tomorrow.